All right, hey there, guys. This is Haight's Wanderings, and today I got a bit of a vlog for you guys today. All right, so to get out of the way, the obvious stuff, I look blasted. I probably need a shave, and I definitely need a shower. But it's the summer. I've been guiding nonstop, and as I told my wife earlier, I said, do I need to take a shower? And she looked at me and she said, no, you're a rugged guide. Just own it. And I think I'm just going to own it in this video today, guys. So, that disclaimer out of the way. The sun, the water, it's been wonderful this summer. But this video is not about me. This video is about this guy right here. Now, I want you to notice 6 hooks. 6 hooks have been clipped off this bait. And this video, I was going to make it for musky anglers. But I think I'm actually going to make this video for all anglers. Smallies, musky, pike, walleye, I don't care. If you're using a hook, this video is for you. So, the purpose of this video is to, let's call it a PSA, a public service announcement that every single one of you out there needs to buy this right here. Now, this right here is a Nipex, and it looks like it's a 3.6 millimeter Nipex. If you don't know what these are going to save a fish's life in your boat, and they are massively useful. And I got the inspiration to do this video a couple days ago. I was on YouTube, and in my feed, or whatever it's called, my recommended feed, there was a video of a guy taking a lure to the face. And I watched this video, and the whole time I thought to myself, why is this guy not clipping off the hooks? Instead, he ripped it out of his face. And I watched it and I thought to myself, oh my golly, we need to do better. And all it takes is this tool right here. So it's not really for cutting hooks out of your face, but it can do that. But the best thing that this item right here does is that it saves musky, it saves smallies. It allows you to sacrifice your hooks to get the fish back in the water faster. And I don't know about you guys, but if you're watching this channel, I hope that you are conservation minded, conservation first, keeping big fish alive to be caught again. And if that's what you're thinking about doing, there's no excuse. Go spend $60 or whatever to get a pair of these things, because eventually a fish is going to take a hook in a way that you can't actually get it out without like mangling the fish. So twice this summer, actually more than twice, but twice that I can remember right now, so that I'll tell the story about. But twice I had a smallmouth and a muskie take a treble hook past their gills. So imagine it engulfed the bait, and the treble hook went down past the gills on the outside of on the back side of the gills. Now, usually if you have one hook that goes past, you can grab it with pliers, push it, spin it, and pull it through. but all 3 trebles were on the back side of the gills. Now, what do you do in that situation? If you don't have hook cutters, there's not a lot you can do. You're going to try to like rip the trebles out past the gills, and what are the chances of that fish dying? Probably fairly good. Especially if it's a bigger fish, especially if it's thrashing in the net and you have another treble that's somewhere else in front of the mouth. Things get weird really quickly when you're on the water and you're dealing with treble hooks. So earlier this year, I had a whopper plopper. The back treble went past the smallie's gills. I put my hand in from the back. I opened the gills. I put my hand in and I pulled the treble out. I snipped, boom, 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 all 3 trebs. Pulled the lure straight through, and I revived the fish and let it go. Now, did that fish live? I hope so. I really do hope so. I have no way of knowing for sure, but I really think that I gave that fish a better chance at survival. Same thing happened actually yesterday. This bait right here. This is a swimming dog. This is a shallow swimming dog. I don't actually know what color it is. I call this thing the creamsicle because it kind of just, I don't know, it reminds me of a ice cream treat that I ate when I was a kid. I don't even know if they make creamsicles anymore. But anyways, this bait got T-boned by a muskie. All right? And the only reason I'm grabbing it is because all of the hooks are now gone. This back treb was back in too far. The front treble was actually hooked up in the net. So to get to the back treble, I had to cut all of the hooks on the front side. And that's where the Knipex comes in. I always keep this thing right next to me on my boat. It is legitimately 2 feet away from me at all times. I can reach over, grab it. It's always in a dry bag right next to my oars. So it goes everywhere with me. It's with my pliers. It's with my, unhooking gear, right? And it has to be close because if it's in the bottom of a boat box, who's going to have time to go to the bottom of a boat box looking for this? It has to be accessible. So all it takes is, clip, clip, clip. It's quite easy. It doesn't take a firm, like I've had, hook snips before that legitimately didn't work. And I actually have them right here and I'll show you. You see this right here? It's focusing on my face. Beautiful. So these things, this is the Cuda. I think this is a Cuda brand. Cuda. Yeah, Cuda. These are also hook snips. A couple years ago, was cheap. I didn't want to spend $60 or whatever for Knipex. So I was like, oh, look at this. This is $25. I'll get those instead. Let me tell you, these things only cut a couple of hooks before absolutely failing. And now when I try to cut hooks with this, it like bends them and it doesn't actually snip them off well. These things have been going strong for a while. These are what you need. Don't skimp out on, hook snips because you absolutely need a good quality pair of them. So back to my story from yesterday. This muskie, I snipped the hooks, got her back in the water, and I hope that fish then went on to live and not die. That's the goal. But the hook snips are so absolutely necessary for musky anglers, for smallmouth anglers, anybody that's dealing with hooks, even like fly fishermen. There's no reason that you shouldn't have a pair of these unless you're only fishing trout flies. But if you're fishing like musky or smallmouth flies, the question always comes down to, it's like, are you willing to sacrifice a lure to save the fish's life? Like, the answer for me is 100%. I will sacrifice a lure and I'll just have to, go buy more hooks or whatever rather than harming the fish if I can. And, you know, some people maybe are more thrifty, and potentially those people shouldn't be fishing for muskie, you know. And I know that comes off as a little harsh, but the truth is it's kind of an expensive sport, and you really need to be prepared. And you should have extra treble hooks on the boat with you so that you can, you know, get your split ring pliers and put on new hooks. That's another thing that I guess I should say is that if you're going to have Nipex, you should also have split ring pliers, some split rings, and some trebles. And you don't need a ton of it, just a few, so that you can get to the place where you can add on a hook once you've lost a hook. This is the entire video today. I just wanted to talk to you guys about something that is very important to me: safety on the boat for the fishermen and for the fish. I hope you guys have enjoyed this little PSA, and I think that's about it. We're going to get some awesome content up on here in the upcoming weeks and months. Stay tuned. As always, catch, release, wander. I will see you in the next one.